How's it going, everybody? I'm Steve. Welcome back. So a lot of you know that Barnes & Noble is doing their 50% off Criterion sale right now. The sale goes through July 7th. And actually next week I'm going to do like my final haul for the month. I've got some really great titles lined up for next week. But this week I wanted to give like 10 recommendations. You know, some of these movies I have not seen in quite a while. I liked a lot of these movies. I liked all these movies that I saw the first time. But you know, I have like almost like 200 titles, so I can't watch everything. But I've actually, in this stack, I'm actually going to watch probably like 5 or 6 of these again. Some of these I've watched not too long ago. So, you know, I definitely want to watch them again. But I recommend these. I have some really good, really strong directors on these titles. Okay, so the first one here is from 1957, Spy Number 538. Director is Stanley Kubrick. The movie's called Paths of Glory. You know, this one's starring Kirk Douglas, Michael Douglas's dad. And he plays like a French captain, like the French army. And it's really strange because like pretty much everybody in the movie speaks English, except you know some people speak French in the movie, but you know very few. But he plays this this captain that's takes orders, you know, basically during a war, and it's wild though. I loved it so much. Like I said, I saw this one several times before I actually bought the Criterion on DVD. All right, so the second one here is from 1980, Spy Number 26. Director is John McKenzie. And it's called The Long Good Friday. This one I actually watched for the first time last year, but obviously it's got that old spy number, so it was on DVD before and it was out of print for a long time. This one's starring Bob Hoskins as Helen Mirren. Really wild movie. It's like a gangster movie basically. It was wild. It starts off really kind of strange. It starts off one way. You're not sure where this movie's going to go, and then it gets really really great after that. You know, it's, Pierce Brosnan. It's actually like his first film role. All right, so the third film is from 1955, Spy Number 541. Director is Charles Lawton, and it's called The Night of the Hunter. This one's starring Robert Mitchum, Shelley Winters. So this is actually one of the few I've not seen in quite a while. It's only like 93 minutes. I remember it being like really really dark. You know, Robert Mitchum's like a really like evil character in the movie. So I really kind of anxious to actually watch this one again. All right, so the fourth one here is from 1968, Spy Number 1179. Director is Peter Bogdanovich. The movie's called Targets. This one's actually the debut film from this director. This one was actually bankrolled by Roger Corman. So this one's actually starring Boris Karloff. And actually, Peter Bogdanovich actually plays like a character in the film as well. But it's really strange how this movie's like really relevant to like what's happening today. Really kind of sadly in that way, but you know, it's really kind of dark in some areas, and you know, it's kind of scary in some ways as well. It's not a horror film, but it's actually kind of scary. So at number 5 for 1948, Spy Number 44. This one's actually directed by two directors, Powell and Pressburger. The movie's called The Red Shoes. This one's starring Maura Shearer. She's the woman on the cover here. So I would say don't let the title kind of scare you off in this one. I actually watched this movie again earlier this year. I liked it a lot more the second time. And this one's really interesting because Martin Scorsese actually had something to do with the restoration for the film. This one was actually filmed on like a 3-strip Telecolor. And that's actually where they have like the red, green, and blue strips, and they feed them all through the projector at the same time. And that's how they got color at the time. That's really wild. It's basically how they got like the color in the Wizard of Oz, basically the same way. So it's fascinating. But I guess when you have color and like old films like that, they're really in danger of losing their color. And so at number 6 for 1978, Spy Number 967. Director is Robert Zemeckis. The movie's called I Want to Hold Your Hand. This one's really interesting. It's actually about the Beatles, you know, their first appearance on Ed Sullivan at the time, and these kids are trying to get to the theater to see the concert, basically. So I mentioned Robert Zemeckis earlier. He and Bob Gale actually co-wrote this film, and later on they would do Back to the Future, obviously. But actually, Steven Spielberg is actually like an executive producer on this movie. Okay, so coming in at number 7 from 2004, Spy Number 1149. Director is Sean Baker, and the movie's called Takeout. So a lot of you know that he won the Oscar for Nora most recently. There's actually another movie in the collection called Prince of Brooklyn, which I'd never seen before. But this one's really interesting. It's actually starring Charles Yang or Jang. This one's actually it takes place in New York, and he's actually like a bicycle delivery driver. He has to drive throughout New York, and it's kind of scary in some ways. It's not like a horror film or anything, but there's a lot of like really like heartbreaking scenes in this movie. A lot of it's like in Chinese or Mandarin, and some of it's in English as well. Obviously, it's in New York, so you're going to get a lot of English in the movie as well. But I really recommend people check it out. Like I said, especially like the third act in the film was really kind of heartbreaking in a lot of ways. But yeah, definitely check it out. So at number 8 for 1962, Spy Number 803. Director is John Frankenheimer. The movie's called The Manchurian Candidate. This one's really kind of a dark film. This one's actually starring Frank Sinatra. Amazingly, it actually has Janet Leigh as well. So it's been a while since I've seen this one as well. I definitely need to check it out again. But I remember really liking it at the time. Like I said, I have so many films that it's hard to rewatch them all the time, but I definitely have to give this one a rewatch. So at number 9 for 1945, Spy Number 860. This one's directed by Michael Curtiz, I believe, and it's called Mildred Pierce. This one's a really dark film. It's actually starring Joan Crawford. This one, I found a lot of things about Joan Crawford after actually watching this movie, but she plays like this character that's it's kind of like almost like a noir film. It's been a couple years since I actually saw the movie last, but I remember being really dark. I remember really liking the movie. Okay, so finally for 1976, Spy Number 957, director is Elaine May, and it's called Mikey and Nicky. This one's it's starring Peter Falk. It has John Cassavetes in it, and they're actually like friends in the film. Basically, it has nothing to do with like what the title might suggest, basically, but it's a really dark film. Especially like a third act in this film is really, really dark. A lot of it has like a lot of humor in the film as well. It's kind of like a dark humor. But like I said, you definitely have to wait for that ending because the ending will shock you in a lot of ways. Cassavetes and Peter Falk work together a lot. I think Peter Falk, like I said, they were best friends in real life. And Peter Falk was actually I think he was actually in the film Husbands, which I'd never seen. It's directed by John Cassavetes. Okay, so thank you for watching. Please let me know in the comments. Do you actually own any of these Criterions already? Or do you actually plan on buying any of these during the sale? And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider doing that. Please put a thumbs up on this video, and everybody have a great one.